Hey everybody, this is Chris from T3 Handicapping, and I just wanted to quickly go over a quick daily double and pick three strategy using our tip sheets for those who are newer maybe to using our sheets or maybe newer to horse racing in general. This is kind of a nice quick way to use our tip sheet to put together some doubles and pick threes where you can extend your action over a couple of races without going in too deep, especially if you're a small bankroll player. I would strongly recommend sticking to doubles and pick threes. I really like the doubles because you can see the probable payouts, but pick threes also you can play for 50 cents but get plenty of coverage. The pick fours and pick fives, unless you're planning to spend your whole daily budget on just that one wager, I just don't think it's worth it. You're not going to get the kind of coverage that you really need to be able to be profitable over a long period of time. So I'm just going to take you through a really quick way to do doubles and then a really quick way to do pick threes. So one of my favorite things to do for the doubles here is pretty simple, and that is that in many studies that I've done, the top four selections tend to hit about 75-80%, which if I'm covering 75 to 80% of the races, I'm feeling pretty good about that and feeling like I should be winning most races. And so what I like to do here is I like to look at my top four selections. So in this case, this is race one from Parx on 125. We're going a class level 20, so pretty low level horses. 8.32 on the dirt. I'll look at these top four horses right here. So I'll basically take the 5, 3, and 6 off of my consideration list, and I'll only use the 1, 4, 2, and 7. And then what I like to do when I'm looking to play doubles, especially if you're a beginner, this is a really easy way to do it, is to just use the odds rank. So you can see here, based on the morning line, this is the favorite, this is the second choice, this is the third choice, and then these are co-fourth choices down here. So what I'm going to do in order to figure out how I play my daily double is I'm just going to use any horse that is essentially an overlay in odds rank. So you can see that here, Lil Miss Hotshot is the number 1 rated horse, but is the number 2 rated odds. So I would use the 4 in this situation. Here I've got the number 1 rated horse, but it's my number 2 rated horse. So I'm not going to use that one because that one's an underlay. And then number 7 is 3. Now that one is perfectly even, right? It's the third choice, and I've got as the third choice. I will tend to use those. So I would go 4, 7, and then this one is beyond the fourth choice and is the fourth choice for my ratings. And so I would use the 4, 7, and 5 in a double, and then I come down here. I've got the top rated horse here, the second choice here, the third choice here, and the fourth choice here. So I can see that my underlay is going to come here with Hartness. Should be the number 3 ranked, but is actually the number 1 ranked, so I would not use that one. Everybody else is an overlay or an even, so I would end up using the 1, the 3, and the 2, so my first double looks like this. And so now I've got 4, 5, 7 with 1, 2, 3, and that's going to come out to be a total of $9 because I have 3 by 3. 3 times 3 is 9, and it's a $1 base wager at Parx. If you were playing Mahoning Valley, that would be an $18 wager because they have a minimum of $2. Now, if you want to go a little bit further with this, if you're looking to get a little bit deeper into the different strategies, obviously you don't want to play this for $9 if the 7-2 is going to only pay 6. And so if you want to make sure that you're profitable, the other option that you have here is to go in and just eliminate any combinations of these 9 that are not going to turn a profit. So right now I would use 4, 7, 5, 1, 2, 3, but if the 7, 1 was not producing a good payout, then I would do a 4, 7, 5 with 2, 3, and then I would come back another ticket, 4, 5 with 1. Right, so now I'm just eliminating like that one ticket that wouldn't pay out the minimum, and that just gives you a little bit bigger margin. You're not going to win a ton of money doing this, but at the same time, if you're somebody who's just kind of learning the game or just using our system, it gives you a chance to at least have some wins early on, and hopefully kind of keep yourself afloat as you start to find little things here and there that you can really use to separate yourself. Now, when it comes to the pick three, one of the best things that I found actually has to do with odds rank again, and for that, it actually deals with the top four as well. Basically, what I found is that for pick threes, if you really want to hit big scores on pick threes, an odds rank. An odds rank of 10 to 14 tends to be the most successful. And I would really say 10 to 12. But if you're doing the pick three and you have a combined odds rank of 10 to 14, that tends to give you a really good return on investment. So let's say, for example, that I use the number 4 horse in this race. That's the horse that is rated number 2 in the overall odds, right? And then let's say I use the 1 here. That's a 2 in this race. So 2 plus 2 is 4. I need to get to a minimum of 10, which means when I'd get here, I couldn't use this horse because that's the favorite. That's 1, 2, 3. I couldn't use this horse because that would be 4. I couldn't use this horse because that'd be 5. And so then that would basically leave me the option of using the 1 as my choice in the last leg. Because again, I'm sticking to those top 4 horses and I'm using only combinations where the combined odds rank is between 10 and 14. So 2 and 2 is 4, so I could only use the sixth or worse horse in the last leg. And again, that's just a really quick way to be able to put together pick three tickets. So finding a combined odds rank, again, staying to our top 4 horses because they win overwhelmingly. You could use any horse that's in the box, but then that just gets more complicated. So I'd stick to the top 4 horses over here, odds rank of 10 or better for your combinations for your pick three. But I'm just going to go through and do the doubles because I think that really is the best place, especially for new players, because you can always see the odds payouts. And I think that's really important. So we'd go with 1, 2, and 3 in race number 2. And we would play that into, if we come in here, I've got the top rated horse, I've got the second, the third, and the fourth. So when I look here, this is an even. This guy should be the second best horse, and he's good there. So I can basically use 1, 2, and 3. So I can use the 1, the 2, and the 7 because all of those are in good shape. So 1, 2, 7. That's another $9 ticket. Come down here, 1, 2, and 7, and I'm going to pair those in the double with. Let's see. Well, we know this is going to work. This is the favorite here. So that's not going to be usable, but these 3 will be. So the 9, the 4, and the 11. So I'll go ahead and use the 9, 4, 11. Now, one thing that I would caution you is you can see all of these unknowns here. That means we have a lot of horses with unknown run styles, and so because I use all data with my selections, that can be a little bit deceiving because it's always going to give the benefit of the doubt to the horses with data in their past performances. So this might be a situation where, especially if you're new, maybe not play into or out of 4 just because there's a lot of unknowns, and so you can probably save yourself some money by skipping that. Now, if there's other things that you like about some of these horses, you certainly could still go that route. But especially when you see this many unknowns, this is a race I would just be careful about over including. So for the purposes of keeping your budget tight, you can try and avoid that one. But let's just say we're just going to play blindly here throughout the whole card. So I'd go 9, 4, 11 here as well. And in this one, the favorite is right here, so I'm not going to use that one. I've got my second choice, my third choice, and then I've got my fourth choice. So once again, it looks like the only one I'm not going to use is the favorite, so I'll use the 6, 7, 3. And again, that's $9. 6, 7, and 3. And then I'll come down here. The favorite is way down here, so I should be in good shape there. This is the second best horse, the third best horse, and the fourth best horse. So the only one that I'm not going to be using then is the number 2. I'll use the 1, 3, and 5. So once again, you're seeing that for the most part, we're coming in about $9. And I do have some pretty good prices in there to where it shouldn't be a big deal. I should still be able to catch plenty of price on this. So we should be good there. 135 in race number 6. And in race number 7 here, I can't use that one. That's the third best horse there because the second best is there, and that's the fourth best. So in this one, I can use everybody except for the 2, so that's a 176. And again, the more sophisticated you get, you can, pick one of these to single, and just kind of work around that. You could use like the biggest overlay or things like that. You can kind of adjust the strategy to meet your budget however you need to. But this is just, like I said, probably the simplest way to make sure that you can get as much coverage as you need. This is the second horse here, and then at 5-1, this is the fourth horse here. So this horse should be the number 1, and it is. This horse should be the number 4 or better, and I've got it rated number 2, so that's good there. 3 and 3, so that's even, and then this one is ahead of the game. So I can actually use all 4 here: the 3, 6, 7, 8. So this is one where you might want to be a little selective because that one's going to be 3x4, which means that one's going to come out to be $12. And then this one's going to probably be more expensive too because I have 3, 6, 7, and 8. So I'm starting off with 4. So unless this one comes out as a 2-horse race, I'm going to probably be in trouble as well. 1, 2, 3, and the fourth ranked horses are there, which means that the 10 is an underlay, so I can't use that one, but I can use the 1, 2, and 12. So I use the 1, 2, and 12, and then the 1, 2, and 12. Now again, this one up here is another $12. So every other one's been $9. That one's a $12. I come in 1, 2, 12, and then moving on to race number 10. My favorite is way down here, and then my second choice is here, and my third choice is here. So everybody is basically kind of where they should be. They've got fine numbers. I have this one's the third, but he comes in as the 4. So I could use 4 here as well. 3, 5, 7, and 8. So I'll go ahead and put those ones in. So again, I've got another $12 wager. And then 3, 5, 7, 8. And you can further refine this as well. Like at parks, closers tend not to be all that effective. So if you see a horse with a run style C, you could downgrade that one or take that one off of one of your tickets to help keep the cost down. This one we won't play into race 11 because obviously race 11 is the end, so there is no double to get out there. This is your favorite here, so we can't use that one. So we'll go 7, 10, and 8. Now, what you'll notice about this is, so we put up another 12 spot there. What you'll notice is that out of the horses that I threw out, most of the time the horse that I threw out was the favorite from a given leg. So what you're looking at is a situation where you've tossed a lot of favorites from the card, and that's going to allow you to cash some tickets and actually make some decent money off of them if you're lucky enough to hit. So I'm just going to go through and take a look here and just do a quick tally. So we've got $9 and $9, so that's going to be 18 in total. This one's 9, so we're at 27 for our card. Another 9, so we're at 36, and then another 9, so we're at 45, and then we're at 54, and then we're at 66, and then 78, and then 90, and then 102. So our all-in for the day using this strategy is $102. So as you're looking to play throughout your day, I mean, obviously you want to make sure that you can hit these and get to 102 reasonably quick. You don't want to have to go, 5 for 10 or 6 for 10 just to get back to that 100. And so that may dictate how you choose to play these out. But if you're just looking for a quick and easy way, that's a good way, and you're going to automatically pump in value because most of the time the horse that you're eliminating is the favorite, occasionally the first and second choices. And so you should have plenty of opportunity for value. And at places like Parks, at Mahoning Valley, there's a lot of opportunities to get some of those big hits with the tracks being what they are and having some inconsistent runners. So that's just an idea for how you can play the daily double without too much thinking involved. And then again, you could apply this same thing easily to the pick three, which is 50 cents instead of the dollar minimum. But you could also just use that odds rank that I mentioned at the beginning. So just use that odds rank from before, keep the top four, and look for spots where the combined number has 10 to 14. That'll be a little more tedious because you have to look at each individual combination within. Again, I just recommend doubles. When possible, because you can see the will pays, so you know where you're going to be sitting and what about that's going to pay. So wherever you're playing, whether it be on Tuesday, January 25th, 2022, or somewhere down the line, good luck to you and cash those tickets.